before the time Gaijin decides to nerf this thing, it has to be when I'm about to play it. Hey guys, it's Jim here, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today, we are checking out the M4A3 105 Sherman. And yeah, supposedly this thing was overpowered for a little bit, but right now, all that it has is just armor. Yeah, let's break it down. Now, first things first, yes, 63mm of armor that's sloped at 46 degrees. This is absolutely ridiculous. Why do I say so? You are bringing this type of armor to 2.7. A lot of guns can't actually go through this, especially if you get down tiered. So 63mm right here, 63mm right here, 107. So yeah, no bother trying to shoot any of this. So if you're facing this thing from the front, where do you shoot? No, it's gonna be like the jumbo, right? You're gonna shoot the machine gun port? No. There is actually a bit of armor right on top of the... Yeah. So it's the 63mm plus another 25. So yeah, don't do it. Just don't. Interesting bit of weak spot that not a lot of people actually knew. If you see this thing from the front, you can actually shoot this thing right here. Very little angle right here. Effective pixel is only around 67. A few guns can go through this, but if you are not really confident, then best thing you can do is just knock on the barrel. Now moving up to the turret, yeah, 76mm of armor. So my advice, just to shoot the turret. General rule of thumb. Maybe at most this thing, if you have explosive mass, explosive filler, or you just wait for him to turn to his side a little bit like this, and yeah, should be able to go through it. And of course, don't shoot the manlet. Moving on, let's talk about the selling point of this thing. Boom. 105mm M4 Howitzer. This thing, when overpressure came out, became a really ridiculously powerful piece of work. But is it powerful enough? Recently, no. So when you grind this thing for the first time, this is the shell that you'll be using, the M1 explosive shell. Even though it says 27mm of penetration, for some reason, some of the tanks like the Panzer 4 and whatnot, Panzer 3, this thing, I swear this thing got nerfed, don't even know when. I shoot the turret, I shoot the front plate where the explosive mass is supposed to go down. Yeah, ain't happening. So if you are taking this thing out, my advice, just use this thing. Do yourself a favor. Just use heat. Now another thing about the heat shell, look at the penetration. 130mm at any range. And why is this important? You see, not only are you using a heat shell that has a lot of penetration, you are also using a heat shell, which means your angle of penetration is a bit ridiculous. Take this T-34 for example. This is the T-34 STZ. You know, getting all chummy with that additional 15mm on top of that 45, making it a very effectively sloped 60mm at, what is it, 60 degrees? Think it's impregnable? Say no more. Yeah. Oh, I am Panther, nothing can kill me. So yeah, very ridiculously strong heat shell. I can't imagine the other types of heat shell that has more penetration than this. Just be very careful about one thing. If there are obstacles in the way, even if it's just a bush, try not to shoot through it. There's a very good chance that the bush might actually just set off the shell. So yeah. And number 4, you have a pretty slow turret rotation, so this is something to be careful of. The good news is that you have a good gun depression, even though this gun isn't really meant to be a tank cannon, but somehow it still works. And reloading rate, 10.9 seconds. It's a bit slow for its battle rating, but for something this big, that's actually not too bad. It can be a little bit better, but yeah. So, apart from the tank, joining us today is a TBF Avenger. This is a naval bomber plane that was used during the Second World War. No, first things first. You have two 50 calibers in the wings, 150 caliber in the turret, and 1762 in the underbelly. Which, yeah, something I wouldn't really trust. And that's the unfortunate thing though. Like, I don't really see you shooting anybody down with this single 50 caliber machine gun. So, yeah, best thing you do is either just outmaneuver the enemy or just, fly away. Now, this is the part where it gets a little bit interesting. It has 4 times 500 pound bombs right off the bat. If you bring this to a higher battle rating, that's actually not too good because, yeah, 500 pound bombs, explosive mass is only 120. That's not really a very big explosion, if I'll be honest. The good news is that since this is a bomber, you have the bomber sights, which means you can actually land your bombs a little bit more accurately. Just beware of one thing. I don't even know why there's a bit of a delay every now and then whenever you drop the bombs. So yeah, quite a number of times, even though you were on point when you drop the bomb just takes its own sweet time to come out. So dropping the bomb in these things is a little bit of a challenge, but hey, at this battle rating, it can get the job done, especially if over pressure. And another thing to note, interestingly enough, I know it says 30 seconds and then plus 4 seconds because of the bomb. This thing turns on dime. I am not kidding. 200 kilometers an hour, put on full landing flaps, you can just out-turn anybody you look at. Like, it's ridiculous. But however, I wouldn't really trust that thing, especially since these are only 250 calibers on the plane. And since this is a low tier plane, that means your choice of belt is rather, yeah, not the most golden thing ever. Alright, enough chit chat. I'm just gonna go into battle with this thing, and hopefully, high explosive works. That was a really nasty shot. Hi. Now you die, homie. Hello. Nothing personal. Just trying to go to sea. I kept at 40 FPS. This is not good.
forces have captured. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Attention to the map!
The gun's being loaded! On target.
Darn. Shoot that turret. Die.
It serves him right.
Okay, maybe not the turret.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Ooh.
Attention to the map. Yes, a hit.
Hey.
Attention to the designated grid square. The target has been destroyed.
I missed. Uh-huh. Keep showing me your size, buddy. Yes, timed it. The delay on this thing is absolutely horrible.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
There was over pressure. That wasn't the point. Yay!
Hasn't done any damage.
Reloading!
Attention to the map. Attention to the designated grid zone.
Ay.
Next target. Our victory is near.
Oh, great. Drive, drive, drive.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Enemy forces have captured a zone. It serves him right.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Get this damn rock off me. Thank you. I thought it was something.